Mariner Books and HarperAudio present The Lion and the Fox, Two Rival Spies and the Secret Plot to Build a Confederate Navy, by Alexander Rose. Read by Mark Bramhall. A note before we begin. For notes and a bibliography, be sure to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider, or go directly to www.harpercollins.com/pages/The Lion and the Fox. To Rebecca and Edmund, again and as always. Who hath taken this counsel against Tyre, the crowning city, whose merchants are princes, whose traffickers are the honorable of the earth? Isaiah, chapter 23, verse 8. Where the lion's skin will not reach, it must be patched out with the fox's. Plutarch. Prologue. The Bloody Spot. As his ship plowed toward the Mersey, the Mississippi River of England, Thomas Dudley finally glimpsed his destination. Liverpool, cold, dark, and forbidding amid the murky fog, was rising ominously before him. It had been a long voyage to the Bloody Spot, as the mighty port was known, and Dudley would soon find out why. A doleful, dismal sound, a great bell repeatedly tolling, as if welcoming him to Hades, echoed across the cold, roiling water. It seemed to resonate from the very vault of the deep. But it was not, in fact, a call for the dead. No, it was merely the famous bell buoy, a marker that pealed fast or slow, depending on the agitation of the waves. In a calm it was dumb. In a breeze it rang gently, and amid turbulence it served as an urgent tocsin alerting mariners to flee. When Dudley and his family disembarked the passenger ship Africa at Prince's Dock that November 19, 1861, he might have wondered whether he ought to have heeded the bell buoy's warning. As they gingerly made their way along the quay, the Dudleys were pestered by quacks selling liquor-laced snake oil, shiv-armed con-men flogging painted gold rings, and pubescent thieves who stalked the innocent like Sicilian assassins until, quick as a flash, a pocket was picked. Perhaps, instead of becoming the new American consul here, he should have taken that ambassadorship to Japan that President Lincoln had offered him. Now, heading toward the street, he could see the so-called body-seekers roaming the docks for the corpses of those who had fallen overboard or been washed in from the river, the latter usually murder victims. The rubbish-rakers, too, were at work. Tattered paupers picked through heaps of dunnage, broken cargo crates and other waste, hoping to find some overlooked treasure, like a length of rope or a few copper nails. For newcomers like Dudley, setting foot in Liverpool was a harrowing experience. America could be rough, but not like this. The first shock were the beggars, ragged and wretched. Here it was not the existence of the penniless that staggered, it was the scale of poverty, so much so that there were 4 official gradations: the almost poor, the very poor, and the permanently destitute. They lined the external wall of the dock. Some were crippled sailors fallen on hard times, and others former factory workers whose limbs had become entangled in a machine's spindles and cogs. But the majority were women. So parched and starved they resembled mummies, cadaverous teens with the gallows in their eyes, and shoeless children with pinched faces and scrawny bodies whose mothers strove to scratch a living darning socks or selling pig's feet, while their fathers, if they knew them, were at sea. The sailor's life was a precarious one. A man would be away for months at a time, and he was rarely advanced cash. For those left behind, the rent
Sample complete. Ready to continue?